Reducing tinnitus is not something that happens overnight. It's a 4-stage process, and I've found that this framework is one of the most useful things for my patients with tinnitus. You see, understanding which stage you're in helps you measure progress, set expectations, and most importantly, stay hopeful to get better with the sound in your ears or your head. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 4 stages of tinnitus habituation as originally described by British psychologist Richard Hallam and backed by decades of research and clinical experience. I'm Dr. Ben Thompson, audiologist and founder of Treble Health, a nationwide private practice that specializes in tinnitus treatment. My team and I have helped over 2,000 patients manage their tinnitus, and I've seen firsthand how transformative treatment can be. So let's dive in to the 4 stages of tinnitus relief and figure out which stage are you in. Stage 1 is when your awareness of the tinnitus is nearly constant. You may notice it all day long, except maybe when it's briefly masked out by other sounds. For many, sleep is a struggle. You're not sleeping well, and you're worried about your health. You may have even been to a doctor and left that appointment more anxious than when you arrived. Tinnitus is a serious problem. Chronic insomnia, racing thoughts and anxiety, restless nights, these are all common in stage 1. The emotional impact here in stage 1 is intense. You likely feel anxious, panicked, or even depressed. Thoughts like, is this how my life is going to be forever? Or will this ever go away? Or why did this happen to me? Why did I even get this in the first place? Those are all common and valid. It's also normal to have difficulty concentrating. Even activities that used to help you relax, like reading, watching TV, or spending time with family, might feel impossible right now. But here's the truth. This is stage 1. It's not set in stone. You can get better and get to stage 2. And with a clear treatment plan, you're likely to move forward here towards relief, just like so many of my own patients have. So hang in there and stay hopeful. If you're here in stage 1, please know that there is help available. I'm putting a link right there on the screen. You can take our tinnitus quiz. It's a free assessment where you tell me what's going on with your ears, and the website and our team, we respond recommending next steps for you to get relief. So our tinnitus quiz, which you can click right there, it's helped thousands of people move beyond stage 1, and we can help you too if you're in this stage. Now let's move into stage 2, what I call the turning point. In stage 2, you start to get some relief. You're starting to experience moments, maybe brief at first, where you don't notice the tinnitus at all. These usually happen when you're deeply engaged in something absorbing like work, a hobby, or meaningful conversation. Your sleep might start to improve, which is great. You begin to feel less emotionally overwhelmed. Things are starting to come together. The constant loop of catastrophic thoughts starts to fade. Your brain starts to realize that although tinnitus is frustrating, it's not dangerous. It's not actually harming us. And that can take the edge off of the sound. That's a massive breakthrough. Emotionally, in stage 2, you're gaining stability. Mentally, you're starting to reclaim your focus. And functionally, you're beginning to get back to the things you care about. Stage 2 really builds some momentum, and at Treble Health, we often work closely with patients here to optimize their sound therapy, implement stress reduction strategies, and provide guidance that keeps progress moving in the right direction. One of the pieces in stage 2 that I do find crucial for our patients is getting the right sound therapy dialed in. So here on the screen, you can see these are some Widex sound therapy devices, and they can be used as hearing aids with sound therapy for patients with hearing loss, or just as the tinnitus sound therapy devices. Getting these set up properly in your ears is crucial as you're in stage 2 and progressing through the various stages of habituation. Now let's talk about stage 3. This is when improvement starts to feel significant. In stage 3, tinnitus is no longer causing serious, constant emotional distress. It may still spike occasionally, but those spikes are shorter, less frequent, and easier to cope with. Instead of spiraling into anxiety or fear, your reaction is more like, okay, my tinnitus sounds a little louder today. That's all right. I know that it will settle back down. You see, you're not fighting the sound anymore in stage 3. You're starting to coexist with it. Your brain is starting to tune it out more easily, and your emotional center of the brain, the limbic system, is no longer treating it as a threat or a danger. It's no longer like you're in this fight or flight state constantly under serious anxiety. In stage 3, my patients are able to concentrate for longer, so they can work and stay focused, whether that's reading a book or working on their computer, and that makes a big difference. They're also sleeping better in stage 3. My patients report that their days feel more predictable, they feel more grounded, and they're starting to really enjoy their life again. The tinnitus is still there and it's still bothering them at times, but stage 3 is great. It's often the stage where hope really starts to build. Many of our patients describe feeling close to their normal selves again during stage 3, entering stage 4. Any progress is good here. Tinnitus is not a sprint. This is a marathon. So these 4 stages take a lot of time, and that's why we need you to be using the right tools, following the right systems, and avoiding the things that can be mistakes. Check here for our other video on 7 common mistakes about tinnitus. And if you combine the 4 stages of habituation, what exactly to do with the sound therapy devices, the cognitive behavioral therapy techniques, and the nervous system regulation or stress reduction, combining all of those through the 4 stages, and then pairing that with avoiding the common mistakes, you are highly likely to succeed in your tinnitus relief. And any progress is celebrated here. I want to make sure that you feel supported and continue moving forward towards full habituation, which is called stage 4. Getting to stage 4 is my goal for every one of our patients who works with us at Treble Health. We have a high success rate between 80 and 85% in this method. However, not every patient reaches stage 4. I want to make sure that you put in all of the work so that you give yourself the best likelihood to get to stage 4. This is where tinnitus becomes a non-issue. I know it might seem hard to believe, but think about this. It's still there, but it's no longer registering as something important. You rarely notice it. You don't think about it. That doesn't mean you're avoiding it. It just means it's almost not even there because it's not in your conscious mind. You're no longer emotionally affected by it when you do hear it, and your reaction to the sound is neutral. Oh yeah, that tinnitus is there. That's a very different experience. Now, for most patients, the volume or the intensity of the sound usually gets better throughout habituation as well. And this is what we mean by full habituation, where tinnitus goes from being a loud, disruptive signal to just another forgotten background sound, like the hum of your fridge, the buzz of traffic noise outside. I live on a busy street, so after some time, my brain doesn't pay attention to the road noise as much. Or the sound of your heartbeat, even the sound of your breathing, right? The vibrations of your heartbeat or the audible sound of your breathing. These are body sensations that your brain has learned to tune out. And tinnitus is following the same system of habituation here when you go through this treatment protocol. So all of the treatments for tinnitus retraining therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, linear bimodal stimulation, all of these are promoting habituation. And when that happens, the tinnitus easily becomes part of your environment. It becomes a neutral body sensation, benign, non-life threatening. And that means your brain subconsciously in the deep emotional brain centers learns to tune it out. So tinnitus goes from the foreground, shifting into the background. And patients in stage 4 usually tell me, hey, it's not gone, but I barely think about it anymore. And that's a big win. It's freedom. So with ongoing care, education, and tools like sound therapy or hearing aids when needed, as well as psychological support, whether from a specialist who understands tinnitus very well, like the audiologist on our team, or a psychotherapist who can work with you on tinnitus, all of those tools in place and the right encouragement, you can get to stage 4. So let's quickly recap the 4 stages. Stage 1 is the high awareness and distress period. Tinnitus dominates your attention, disrupts your life, and causes emotional suffering. Stage 2, acceptance and improvement. You begin to experience relief. Sleep, focus, and daily function improve. Your emotional acceptance also starts to show progress. Stage 3, reduced distress and emotional impact. The tinnitus is less noticeable and the spikes that you have are less frequent. You feel calm, more resilient, and less focused on tinnitus. Stage 4, this is the goal for every one of our patients. This is where tinnitus is neutralized. The sound is still there in the background, but it doesn't bother you. And for most patients, they hear it much less often, and the volume itself goes down over time. The perceived volume, how would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10? That intensity of the sound gets better. And when you're at stage 4, that means you've habituated. Life returns essentially to normal. So which stage are you in? Let me know in the comments. And if you're not sure and you want some help on how to progress through these stages, we can help you figure it out during a free consultation with my team at Treble Health. We'll help you build a treatment plan that fits the stage you're in and where we want to go, stage 4, whether that includes sound therapy devices like these in the table, cognitive behavioral therapy techniques, hearing aids like these in the table right here, stress management, or all the above. Guys, if you found this video helpful, make sure to watch my next video, which is the best hearing aid for tinnitus, what no one tells you. And if you do want to reach out to my team at Treble Health, you can click the link on the screen right here where you can book a free consultation. That video dives into some of the best devices for tinnitus treatment, and this link is where you can get in touch with my team. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.